Hey, what's going on, you all? I don't know what the heck is happening, but somehow we got kicked off, right? So I'm back. I'm back, yo. I'm back. So we're going to wait for folk to get back on. Now, we're going to finish this story. One way or another, we're going to talk to Miss Kesha Lambert, right? Either that or it's just not in the cards, and we're going to try and work it on another day. Money. Rock that. How is everybody doing? Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Rock that. All right. Let's do this. We're going to add her. This is going to be the last time, though. This will be the last time today. How about that? Money? Money. Look here. Look here. Look here, money. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it just don't like, beautiful hair. And, I don't know if it don't like beautiful hair and, and beautiful chunky guys with gray beards and the Detroit hat on. I don't know what the heck is going on. But money,
sure either.
Let me tell you something. This is going to be the last time. And then we're going to come back and let whatever need to reset.
Yeah.
And we're going to try it again tomorrow on a different platform.
That's right. That sounds good. Yeah.
All right.
That's
I'm with I know by now.
Everybody's done.
You got your speech. You got your speech down. You ready to do a TED talk on it. You done processed it enough.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So good Lord, let's try one more time. So I ain't gonna say nothing. Kesha, just go on and take
jump
it.
right in. Okay. So
all right, jump in.
I met. Hi, who's that? Tremaine. I imagine people might have been listening to the last attempt. So I'm a lawyer by profession. That's what I went to school for. A big staple in my story is the fact that I'm also a mom of 3 boys and wife to a husband who works with me closely. I started my journey in photography as a dabbler, as a lot of people, a hobbyist, freelancer. While I was pursuing my career in law, photography was always there. And there was, during the financial downturn, I got laid off while expecting twins. And while I would love to say that I jumped into photography for some big, bold pursuit of passion, I always say that I feel like there was a divine pushing me towards this career. It's something that I love doing, I'm passionate about, and but I don't think I would have made that decision. Practical Kesha would have made that decision if circumstances didn't push me in that direction.
Wow.
And here I am. Yeah, here I am today. I'm glad things unfolded the way they did. So I turned something negative into an opportunity to reevaluate what I wanted, reevaluate what's important. And for me, the juxtaposition of expecting the twins, already having a family, and how the rug was pulled right out from under us while we were making moves as a family, it just changed my perspective on on careers and on entrepreneurship.
That is, listen, real quick. I want you.
Yeah.
You're going to touch on that a little bit more because here's the deal. So, my story is that I was a forklift truck driver, right? I got laid off for 2 jobs, so that pushed me in a direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit more because, and so here's the deal. You are a full-time, successful wedding photographer, right?
That's right.
And so there are women that will be watching this video, right? That are at that point where
Mhm.
they're not sure what they're gonna do. They in a full-time career. They're afraid to jump out there. And at the root of the word entrepreneur is risk taker, right? Um,
Right. Mhm.
so for these women, right, and these women of color who want to make the jump are afraid to because safety is a beautiful
Right.
thing, right? Feeling safe is a beautiful
Absolutely.
thing. Talk to them about the move you made and maybe even how you dealt with that fear, right, or what it took.
Sure. So the perspective that I received, you know, from that change in circumstance is that I was already in having a career working for my the cushy job that I had at the time. That was no more secure than me building something for myself. And now I say this with a disclaimer that entrepreneurship uh, is is not. I don't believe everyone is an entrepreneur, but I do believe that if you I do that look on your face. I do believe this that you can be successful in anything, be it you choose to grow your own business, choose to pursue a career working for someone else. Those two paths are equally secure. And I got to this point by taking calculated risk, operating in a space of being uncomfortable, and I had to embrace that. Operating in a space of some degree of uncertainty, and I say calculated risk because I wasn't taking foolish risk. I made sure that we have a little background. As I moved through this path, I always, uh, Sean, I'm not sure what's going on. Can everyone hear me? Are we
Sorry about
still
that.
on? Okay. Oh, no worries. I'm just making sure we're still on. Yeah, as I moved through this pursuit, I took calculated risks that were planned for. So, in other words, you have to have a certain degree of motivation and a certain degree of comfort with being uncomfortable. Uh, for me, I realized that working in the corporate world uh, was a false sense of comfort.
Hmm.
And doing what I do, there's a certain degree of control you have over your future. You
Hmm.
know, you get as much back as you put in.
Wow.
And I realize if I look at the path of my business and how it's grown, seeds that I planted many, many years ago that at the time were not bearing abundant fruit are bearing fruit now. And so, you might not always see see the fruit that's gonna come forth from the seeds that you're planting, but they do. And I much prefer to work in growing something for myself than
That's hot.
I'm working.
That's hot. Listen, Tremaine CA is on here. Tremaine said, "Preach the word." She said, "Preach the word, girl." Um, that is, you're talking good stuff. I love the fact that you said calculated risk, right?
Mhm.
A lot of folk think that when you jump off into business, you got to go blind. You got to just jump off the ledge and not know which ledge you're jumping off, and you got to close your eyes,
Right.
right? And in some instances, I think that is true for some people because everything is foreign to them, right? And they got to take
Hmm.
a chance.
Right.
But calculated risk, and I want to say this to you all, especially these women of color out here, right? Calculated risk means, yes, it's a risk. You don't know what the end is going to be, but you do as much preparation as you can,
Right.
right? You hedge your bet in the direction of you being successful, meaning
Hmm.
um, know everything that you can know, learn everything that you can learn, get the best equipment, right? Learn the best stuff, educate yourself, do everything that is within your power to do to make sure you are successful. And Kesha, thank you
Right.
for money. Thank you for telling folk that, right? preparation always takes more investment. And the stuff that, you know, people who make stuff look good and make it look easy is because they done spent a lifetime building and growing and overcoming, right? Money, that's some of the hottest stuff on the planet. So listen, tell us a little bit about you and your business. And I don't know if you want to get into numbers and all of that stuff, but I always know that tangible things that people can touch, right? Solid things, right, are what motivate people, right? So your wedding photographer, how many years you been doing it?
So I shot my very first wedding in 2011. Uh, I That was my very first wedding as lead in 2011.
2011.
Yes, did not, honestly, I did not begin considering myself to be a wedding photographer until about a couple of years later.
So let
And
me
I'll tell
ask you. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Was the wedding perfect? Was it perfect? Were you pleased with it?
You know, back then I thought I knew what I was doing. You know, so let's put it this way. I can show that wedding and not cringe. Some other stuff, maybe not so much. But have I grown since then? Oh yeah, definitely I've grown. I've learned so much more. It's certainly, I can show it because it can show where I started and where I am now, and I embrace that. And so that was my very first wedding. I still was working, on and off for a law firm at the time. Oops, we got a little noise. So can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Keep going.
So yeah, and when I first started out, if I had to give you like a growth path, we had about 10 to 15 weddings a year, and I was shooting, as the main photographer. And now for the 3 years running, we service 50 to 60 weddings a year, and I have 2 associates on my team. So just to show you the
That's
power
hot.
of
So you went from 15 weddings to 50 to
Mhm.
60 weddings a year. Do you mind? Do you mind telling us the average of a wedding for you? The average
like the
cost.
average, yeah. The average is 5 to 7 thousand per wedding.
Money.
Wedding collections. We also have the associate photographers that are we that average is in the 2 to 4 thousand range. So for the
So
associate
money.
photographer.
Hold up. So I'm gonna say because see, you gotta understand. We need to hear this, right? You went from 15 weddings a year, right, from starting out to now you're between 50 to 60 weddings a year, at an average of $5,000 to $7,000, right?
Yes,
So that means you make anywhere from $350,000 a year, right? That's an average. So can you give us what's a high wedding? What's the highest wedding that you've ever cost wise?
The high wedding for me is 10K.
Is what?
10K, 10,000.
10,000. And the lowest would be what?
The lowest would be like an intimate wedding, 2,000.
Yes. Money. That's the hottest.
Or an
Money.
associate wedding, yes.
Money. Yeah, I rock that. So here's the deal, and I'm saying this for, and we're not doing this to because I certainly want to show you off, right? And we want people to know what you're doing, but it's not to brag. I want folk to understand that they may be out there undervaluing
themselves. I usually shy away from talking numbers.
Huh?
I said I usually shy away from talking about numbers.
I know. You know what? I get it. I get it, but it is the numbers I think that motivate people or make people get out of their comfort zone, right? And I certainly get it. And so thank you for revealing your secrets to us, money. You know what I mean? I appreciate that in a public forum on the spot. I know I put you on the spot. I know, and so you can call me later and cuss me out if you need to. And tell me whether I need to never do that again or not, right? But But it's not to brag. It is to the whole point of us having this platform is to give people a color of an opportunity to see and to be able to touch success, right? We want to make people like you who are doing the work, who have come from a place, right? You were pregnant with twins and you had to stop being a lawyer. That was your career, right? You had to stop doing your career and pursue something brand new. And you went from 15 a year to 50 and 60. And I know that there were all kinds of pitfalls and hurdles to overcome throughout that whole process, right? And so I just want to use that to encourage people that y'all can do this, right? You all can do this. It's not just photography skill set though. It is a part of it. By default, you got to be good, right? By default, for you to be an attorney, by default, you got to pass the bar exam. But in order to retain clients, you got to be good at what you do, and you have to be consistent at what you do, right? Same thing in photography, you know. And so I want, especially women, to look on you and say, okay, I aspire to that, right? I can make that happen. Rock that. Money, thank you. Because that's beast mode right there. That's beast mode. I don't do weddings, right? But hearing numbers like that, money, I might have to jump back in on them. No, I'm not doing no weddings. That's it. That's for y'all. You all can have it. So listen,
I've heard that from a few people.
yeah. So listen, we're gonna jump into the next thing because we're not gonna be on long. And at the Rock That conference, which I think is really cool, you're gonna be on the you're gonna be there with people like Audrey Woolard, who is a great friend of both of ours, Karen Bethencourt, right? People like Piper Carter, Jenny Risher, right? Are going to be there. And of course, Jen Lewis and Tracy Page will be on this panel, but we're doing an all women's panel, right? We're going to do an all women's panel. And so to hear some of these ladies' stories of what you all went through, right? Talk about just a little bit the significance of women being represented at a high level in the industry of photography.
Well, the big one is that representation matters. It matters. We're a part of this industry. We are big consumers in this industry. You know, I buy the same and use the same gear that other photographers are using in the industry. So we are big product consumers. Our voices and our perspective matters. You know, it's an important. We diversity in general is so important, but women's voices are absolutely crucial to having a balanced view of the world. And I feel it's extremely critical that we are a part of the conversation and that our work is shown and that our perspective is shown.
Rock that. Money. Listen, y'all, Kesha is going to be on the all women's panel. We're doing an all women's panel that has nothing but women on the panel. It is for women, right? And so we thought that was just extremely important. We have a lot of women supporters, right? And I personally know a lot of women who have gone through hell in the industry. They have literally gone through hell, and nobody has heard their stories, right? And so when we talked to Audrey last week or a week and a half ago, right? We talked about her story and how she still to this day is catching it, right? She's being disrespected, being mistreated, right? Being stepped on by men in public forums and public places, even today. And she's been in the game for 16 years, right? And I'm sure that you have some stories like that. And there are other women that have stories like that. So it's important for you all to get together. We want to help encourage them, right? By them being able to see you, right? And so thank you for coming through. Money to the Rock That conference, hottest stuff on the planet. Listen, you all, Kesha, tell us where we can find you. Tell us what you got going on. Tell us what's next. And then tell us where we can find you. Give us all your website and social media stuff.
So my website, I keep things simple. Everything is my name. My website is KeshaLambert.com. That's KeshaLambert.com. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook also under my name at Kesha Lambert. Those are really the two places that I'm most active. My website links out to my blog. You can find methods to contact me there. I'm accessible. I respond to I respond to messages and DMs, so that I'm reachable and findable on and through all of those channels.
Rock that. Listen, I want to say
Thank
this.
you.
I hope it's okay for me to tell everybody, right? But not only is Kesha Lambert going to be at the Rock That conference in July 2019 this year, and by the way, you can use her code, right? Rock That Kesha, to get $50 off entry into the conference 3 days. But Kesha in 2020 is going to be platform speaking at Imaging USA, yo. Money. Hottest stuff on
Pancake
the planet,
down.
yo. Hottest stuff on the
Yes.
planet. And so
Thank you.
listen. Tremaine said, and you're stalkable. All right, so I don't, you know what I mean? Rock
I'm
that.
very, very stalkable.
Yeah, stalkable. Okay, yeah,
Hilarious. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna let the ladies say that. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna mess around with that. We don't want no serious situations going down.
No, we
Yeah.
don't.
Right. Had a chance to meet your husband at WPPI. Great people,
Yes.
right? Rock that.
Hmm.
You have a very successful business going on in New York. However we can support you, we certainly want to do that. Let us know what you're doing, and keeping it going. Guys, she's going to be at the Rock That conference. Kesha Lambert, she's going to be speaking. Also, she will be at Imaging USA. Money, hottest stuff on the planet, yo. This will not be our last time talking to her. Make sure you're at Rock That Conference, right? rockthatconference.com. Use the code rockthatKesha, right? We'll give you $50 off. $149 for 3 days of intense photography instruction, trade show, the whole nine. And you guys are going to see some of the top diverse speakers on the planet there. All right. Money.
Yes.
Rock that.
Honored to
Kesha,
be a part of it. Thank you for having me, Sean.
Miss Kesha Lambert,
Honored.
your hair,
I'm
money.
looking.
Your hair is always out cold. You take pictures with side profiles because you can, just because you don't even, the focus point be on your hair. That's all you care about. You know what I'm saying? And then you wear these dope hats and all of that stuff. So your style is on point. Ladies, especially all of the ladies, share this out, right? With anybody who is looking to be a professional photographer, especially ladies who are doing wedding photography, right? She is one of these people that you need to look up to, all right? So check her out, Kesha Lambert, everything. Kesha Lambert, everything. Website, Instagram, Facebook, the whole nine. Kesha, we out, all right? Money. Bring the
Bye,
pain.
Tremaine.
We are going to do this again. All right. And then I think the next
Okay.
time we do it, we'll do it on Instagram. Is that cool?
That sounds perfect.
Appreciate you.
I
Thank
can
you so much for
Instagram.
being a part of what we're doing, for lending your expertise to it. Money, we out. We made it work this time. The fifth time is
Yes,
the
we got
charm,
it
yo.
done.
The fifth
We got
time.
it done.
You know what I mean? Everybody throw your hands up, throw 5 up. You know what I'm saying? You know what that means? That means we don't give up. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
This is how we overcome, yo. Rock that. All right, Kesha
All right.
Lambert in the house, y'all. We out.
Bye.
Deuces. Bye-bye.